Pep Talk UK. It's time!
Everyone talk good game, but it don't really faze me. The man that ain't mad like Max, the boy not murky like Ace B. And them gal walk the slide on the back bar, like a baby.
Oi, oi, welcome to the Pep Talk UK Sports Podcast, the podcast that talks the major boxing and football news from around the globe. Real points of view from a real panel. Hashtag real talk on Pep Talk. Please subscribe to Pep Talk UK on iTunes and YouTube. Don't forget to like, share and comment. I'm your host, Frankie B, and I'm joined by a sick panel. Firstly, I'd like to welcome from the capital city of France, Paris, Pascal. How are ya?
Frérot Frankie, tout va bien, always very good, always feeling very fresh. How are you?
Mate, I am feeling nice. It's a big week of boxing ahead. I haven't been so excited since I got my train set, mate.
Oui, bien sûr. It's going to be very good, very, very good. And tonight's panel, Encore, Frankie, congratulations. It's going to be very exciting. I'm very pleased.
It's going to be lit. You want to shout out your social media real quick?
Of course, mesdames et messieurs, my Twitter and Instagram is Pascal_Desad. I repeat, Pascal_Desad. Merci beaucoup.
Boom, boom. Right, now his team's top of the league and he's got his own YouTube channel, 100% Chelsea. Life must be good. It's Louis Benevente. How you doing, guys?
And you?
I'm feeling some Premiership pain at the moment.
Withdrawal symptoms.
Arsenal versus Liverpool. I feel really, really fearful for the outcome, mate. I'll tell you that.
I don't know. After tonight, we'll have to see what happens. Obviously, the game's still going on, but Liverpool are 2-0 down to Leicester at the minute, so who knows what will happen.
Yes. Well, miracles can happen.
That's very true. Miracles can happen. Like Arsenal finishing fourth, but
Fourth is the number. Four's the number. You want to shout out your social media?
Yeah, so I'm Louis Benevente on all social media. Benevente Beneventi, and it's the same for 100% Chelsea. It's all 100% Chelsea on every single social media platform.
Big up. Now, I'd like to welcome a man who's been in a celebrity Big Brother house, a regular on Arsenal Fan TV. Can we welcome that guy, Heavy D? How you doing, Geese?
Boomerang in the house. What's going on?
Mate, wicked. Glad to have you on, mate. Wicked. You know we're going to just build a vibe. Yeah. We're going to build a vibe. So when I say oi, you say boom. Hoi, yoi.
Boom.
Oi, yoi.
Boom.
Hoi, yoi.
Boom.
Wicked. So, bro, I see you're training out. I see you training hard out there. I understand you've got a fight coming up end of March. What's really good with the grudge match?
All right, basically, I was training for this charity boxing match in support of the injured paratroopers. I was training originally for someone else, but then my old grudge, Lewis Bloor, who I've had bad blood with him in the Big Brother house. He threw a drink over me. We had a couple of scrapes in there. He stepped forward over the weekend, run up his mouth, says he wants to step in, he wants to fight the Boominator. So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's my Christmases and birthdays all rolled into one. I can't believe it. He's confirmed today. I can legally batter him. Legally, in the ring. Retribution. We're talking about redemption, man.
But you know you
for a drink in my face.
But brother, you need a steel cage though. You need a steel cage, man.
I'm not I'm a boxer. I'm a pugilist. The MMA ain't really I've never really been a big MMA fan. You know what I mean? I'll just keep it with the Queensbury.
Yeah, keep it nice with the jab and the backhand, mate.
Exactly, man. All those grappling and wrestling and all that stuff, that's not my cup of tea. You know what I mean?
So,
but yeah, I'm just, you know what, I'm ready. I've been training hard. I'm ready for this, man. I'm looking sharp. So I'm ready, man. I'm ready. A lot of people say this is a mismatch, but I don't think it is. Because, like, alright, I'm bigger. But in the day, he's fitter, he's younger, and he's got boxing experience and ability. But you know what? I know how to have a scrap. So when you mix the two, I think it's an even match.
So, like, Heavy D, also you've got this new grime tune coming out, or hip-hop tune. Troops and Harry Shaw.
It's a hip-hop track. Troops, DT, Big sick, mate. I'm telling you. It's, you know what? I can't say too much about it, but I'm so excited, man. There's big things are happening. Big things. I mean, this is going to be the new Arsenal tune. It's like, you know what? For anyone, football, whatever, hip hop, everyone. It ticks a lot of boxes for everyone. So you know what? I'm very, very excited about that. That's going to kill it. And you know, you know what? It's going to be a great march for me. Do you know what I mean?
Wicked. So Heavy D, you want to shout out your social media?
Social media at Heavy D, two heavies, at Heavy D on Twitter, and I've got on Insta Heavy D Boom, and yeah, that's it really.
Nice.
So hit me up on Twitter, give me a follow, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, follow my progress with the boxing match. Yeah, it's all gravy.
Sweet as a nut. Now, finally, I'd like to welcome a man that has a collection of bangers in the club. This man's well known from his exploits in the urban music scene. Don't make me get serious. Maxwell D.
Yes, brother.
My G. What's good with you, my G?
Yeah, man. Oh, so much, bro, man. The world is your oyster. That's what I say. You know what I'm saying? All is good, man. Yeah. Loads of stuff, loads of fun, loads of shit still rolling on, sorry to swear. But yeah, loads of good stuff going on. First of all, I'd like to big up everybody in the forum right now on this podcast. Yeah, all the others, Heavy D, Pacquiao, etc.
Yes.
Merci.
Yeah, man, big up. So, yeah, man, it's so good, man. How's things? How's it going?
Mate, it's all good, mate. I just wanted to say, you know, thanks for making me up my phone game back in the day with the BlackBerry hype.
Oh, gosh, man. That was a funny episode, wasn't it? Can you imagine? Everyone rushing out to get BlackBerries. And now we all live on our iPhones. How about that? How ironic is that?
I'm telling you, bro. At the time, you was ahead of your time, man.
I know. I gave Apple a run for their money, but, you know, Motion wasn't, they couldn't keep up, man. They couldn't keep up with the culture, you know. So unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. But we still kept going, you know. It's all good.
It's all good. So like, Max, do you want to shout out your social media?
Yeah, sure. My social media is official Maxwell D on Instagram. It's Maxwell D1 on Twitter, and it's Maxwell D Ranger Facebook, and it's Mr-MD1 on Snapchat.
Serious.
They're the main ones that I use anyway. Any other ones are fraud.
Okay, all good. Ladies and gents, attention please for the fight fans locked in. Attention please for the football fans locked in. Now it's time for some real talk on Pep Talk. Let's go. So we're going to talk about the boxing, and we're not going to long it out. There's a massive fight happening at the O2 this weekend. It's David Haye versus Tony Bellew.
That's a sculpture. That's a sculpture.
So first off, our boxing correspondent Shaz spoke with David Haye ahead of this mouth-watering contest.
Still a boxing Pep Talk UK are joined by one of my favourite British fighters, a man that doesn't really need an introduction apart from saying the Haymaker, Mr. David Haye. How you doing, David?
I'm really good. All's well.
Bellew fight's coming up. I'm surprised you took that fight.
Listen, the public demanded it, and sometimes, just like the public demanded that myself and Derek Chisora had a fight. At the time, I didn't think he deserved the fight against me. But, once again, the public demanded it, sold tickets, people wanted to see it, so they got it, and this is exactly the same situation. Tony Bellew, he's either really smart or really stupid, but he started about a year ago, started screaming and shouting about wanting to fight me. He started calling me not so nice names. Jumped out of the ring at the BJ Flores fight and tried to attack me, which really sort of made people sort of take notice and think, what's going on here? You've got the WBC Cruiserweight champion challenging the former undisputed Cruiserweight champion and current heavyweight. So the fans were intrigued to see, I wonder if this is all bark and he actually can bite. So they've got the opportunity to see it. Apparently he's in great shape, he's looking forward to it, so I personally think he's going to get dispatched real fast, real conclusively, and he's going to get badly hurt, but that's my opinion.
Now, you're a consummate professional and you have all these individuals. Now, I've seen in the past Shannon Briggs when we were together at the Joshua Martin, he come up to you, I was standing next to you at the time, and he started giving it. Why is it that they come and target you, David? Do they not see the videos?
They target me because they know at the end of it, there's a pot of gold at the end of it. At the end of the drama, there's a pot of gold for him. Everyone who fights me gets a career highest payday, and they all want that payday.
Now, looking to the future, you've teamed up with Haymaker, Ringstar going forward. Mm-hmm. What can we expect from?
You can expect great fights, great events, great shows. You can expect myself and Richard to really come together and bring the very best worldwide talent, bring them to the UK, and giving the British boxing fans a real treat.
Well, David, as a fight fan, as a podcast, thank you for coming on.
No
we wish
problem.
you all the best, and go do the B on the 4th of March. Lovely.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Now, representing Team Bellew, Shaz and Moneypenny Cece spoke with the trainer of Tony Bellew, Dave Coldwell.
It's fight week coming up. Pep Talk UK are joined by Mr. Dave Coldwell, the man that knows how to train world champions. How are you doing, sir?
I'm very good, thanks. How are you?
I'm always well. Always better for seeing you, sir.
Cheers.
How's the camp been? How's training been? Are we ready?
Yeah, very, very good. It's I'm over the moon with how it's all been going. Tony's been working very, very hard. There's nothing flash about what we've been doing. It's just honest, hard work, working on the game plan, working on his boxing ability, his power, his strength, his speed, and it's all coming together really nicely.
David Haye's been, if I put it mildly, a little bit disrespectful, not only to Tony but to you as well. Did that spur you on in all of this?
Not really. No, it's just his usual mind games. But no, it don't make any difference, because regardless of what he wants to say publicly about what I used to do at Haymaker, there's countless people that I worked with and dealt with at Haymaker that know what I did. So I don't need to justify myself in any way. And regardless, even if I was a t-shirt carrier and I think a ringer of sweaty t-shirts, even if that's what my job was, then I don't care, because look at what I'm doing now. I'm training a lot of good fighters. I'm working at top level in boxing. So if I have come from that, fair enough. But I can beat that, because before I was a t-shirt carrier, I was a bucket boy, just holding a spit bucket for coaches and for fighters, and having proper world-class fighters spitting into a bucket while I'm holding it. So I used to be right down at the bottom of the tree. So maybe a t-shirt carrier is a little bit higher than that, but I climbed up all the branches and I got to a good level. So I'm not really bothered, really.
Dave, before all of that, you were also a talented boxer. You wore your heart on your sleeve, and to be honest, you've been through the ropes. You know what it takes to succeed. You've gritted when there wasn't money in boxing. You were training hard, you were boxing hard, and you've been there, grassroots level, fighting. And maybe David should have gone back a little bit further than that and looked at, you are a fellow pro, a boxer, you've been in the ring.
Listen, it doesn't matter what David Haye, mate, right. What David A thinks of me is doesn't have any sort of bearing on my life whatsoever. All that matters is on a professional point of view, the fighters that I'm working with, if they're happy with what I'm doing, job done. When I walk in through my doors at home, if my kids and my missus are happy with what I'm doing, job done. What David A or anybody else thinks about me, if they want to run me down or whatever, I don't really care. I'm not arsed. It's life. You can't please everybody, and you can't have everybody like you. And the minute you start trying to have everybody like you, you've got issues.
How are you calling the fight?
I'm very confident in my man. I think obviously the majority of people will say that I'm talking rubbish and think that we've got no chance, but underdogs win in boxing, and you've got two men in there that can punch, and David A's not been hit with 10-ounce gloves on for a long time, not by somebody who's got bad intentions.
Fair comment. Now we've got a question from a lady standing next to me. Fire away.
Okay, it's really interesting. So you've just described yourself as the t-shirt carrier, the bucket carrier.
Yeah.
So there's a real relevance to that role. So in light of the unfortunate loss of Carl Frampton and Shane McQuiggan, it's not just about what happens front lines. There's a lot of that needs to happen behind the scenes. So as his coach, as his trainer, what does it take? What are the key ingredients you need to be a corner man? Because some would say there was a few holes in Shane McQuiggan's style of coaching from the corner. For example, there was a moment where he had to scream a good 3 seconds to his corner man and say, "Where's the bucket? Where's the water? Where's the water?" What do you think it takes to make sure you are on it?
To be honest, those kind of things can happen to anybody. You're in the ring and you're focusing on speaking to your fighter. If your assistants in there haven't got the bucket ready, haven't got the water ready, that's not in your control. You're then telling them, I want it. I've been in that position before where I've had to ask for the water or ask for the gum shield before, when Bell's gone. So you can be in that sort of position. That's not really a slight on Shane. I think it's very easy from the outside looking in on how your relationship is with that fighter. You don't know unless you're him and he's you don't actually know, because Shane and Carl know each other inside out. They've worked together for a long time, so he perhaps knows when things are a little bit off. He should know how to get the best out of him, but also sometimes the fighter will listen and he knows that he should be doing something, but he can't, for one reason or another, can't go out there and execute what you want him to do. I've been in that position where I want my fighter to do this, do that, and they're just not doing it, and that's not my fault, because if you've been doing it in the gym, then don't do it in the fight. But under lights, pressure, things like that, sometimes it just doesn't happen, and sometimes the other guy across the ring is just that little bit too good for you on that night. So it's hard. People go on about Shane's experience, I can't comment on that because I've been in that exact same position when I was coming through, and you've got to realise he's come through with one fighter and he's at world level and he's in deep, and when things start going wrong, you can't count for experience. That doesn't make him a bad trainer. That doesn't mean he's got it wrong. It just means that sometimes it's about how he communicates with fighters. In that situation, I've been in a situation like that where with Bellew, say for instance, and I've had to give him a bollocking to get it out of him. But I don't know if that works with Carl. So maybe yeah, because with another fighter, I'd probably talk to him nicely and say, "Come on, mate, you've got to do this, you've got to do." Do you know what I mean? But with some other people, you've got to unlock that bit of But that's because I know my fighter and Shane knows his fighter. So, and also, like I said, it's experience. I don't care how good a trainer you are, you can't beat experience. Being in fights, I worked with journeymen coming through, right? So I worked with guys that we knew were going to get beat. But you go and give it your best, and if they're too good for you, you make sure they're safe, you don't get hurt, right? So I know I've worked with fighters when we're losing, and I would fiddle through. I've had all that sort of levels. If you've only worked with fighters that are winning all the time, then when that presents itself, it's shit or bust. You either get it right or you don't. You learn from it, and it makes you better. So it's going to make him better anyway because it's experience. It's like when we say about fighters, when a fighter gets beat, it's not the end of the road. As long as he learns from it, it's fine. If he don't learn from it, then he'll get beat again. But if he learns from it, then it makes him a better fighter.
Dave, I love your boxing knowledge. One thing I dislike, and I'm going to say it to your face, is your knowledge of football and who you support.
I knew you were going to
I'm a Leeds boy.
Are you really?
Don't tell me down. I'm a Leeds boy. I'm a proper football fan.
No, that's terrible.
And you're like I can't even bring it to my lips. You support...
No, that's terrible.
Who do you support?
I'm a Man United fan.
And what?
You know it.
Well, I wish you all the best. I know that you can bang. We're similar height, but I don't fancy my chances because you still get in the ring with the likes of Pricey. You get in the ring with the likes of the twins. You get in the ring with Bellew. You've even got the youngster Lee Appleyard. So I'm not gonna give you math. All I can say is for me, you're an established, respected man in the game, and I've got the utmost respect for you. And we at Pep Talk UK love the fact that you've come on and had a chat with us. Cheers. Thank you very much, and we're honoured. Thank you very much, Dave. You have a good one.
Nice one. Thanks.
Cheers, buddy.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Nice one.
Thank you, Shaz. Nice. Okay, let's get into it. Nothing long. Hey, Bellew, it's going down, baby. Now, Pascal.
Way.
We've got two boxers oozing machismo that hate each other. Haye's like Ric Flair, Bellew's like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Who's going to open a can of whoop ass?
Well, for me, Frankie B, it's a foregone conclusion. I'm going with the Haymaker. The Haymaker, to me, has got better level of boxing. You know, he's certainly the stronger, the more natural heavyweight, you know, and I just don't believe that the fight will last more than 4 rounds. Wow. I think that after 4, I believe so. Yes, I believe after 4 rounds, the Haymaker will stop Tony Bellew. You know, it'll be a very good fight. I think for the first 2 rounds, it'll be entertaining. There'll be a lot of exchanges, but the power that Tony Bellew will feel at that weight division is going to be too much. You know, I mean, remind me, Frankie B, but we've not seen Tony Bellew fight at heavyweight before. You know, he's a cruiserweight, naturally. He went all the way to light heavyweight when he fought Adonis Stevenson, and even that was a bit too much for him, you know, so...
Stoppage.
Stoppage ending, yes. But look, you know, Tony Bellew will have a good retirement fund after that, you know. He could relax with the millions he's going to make on Saturday. But just to let you know, Frankie B, I'll be at the fight. I've booked the plane tickets, you know, and I'll be watching the fight, so I'm looking forward to it.
Wow, is Delphine, is she looking forward to it too?
Oh, you know, when I come to England, you know, I try to look for the Stephanies and the Cheniquois, and you know, it's my preference, you know. Delphine can stay in Paris.
Now, Louis, it's a massive fight. It's a massive fight. I'm hyped. You hyped. What's your prediction, Geese?
I am. Well, me and you were having a little discussion yesterday, weren't we? We were having a little chat. And I'll be brutally honest, I am very biased. Over the summer, obviously, there was a thing with David Haye with the Sun. Despite me being a Chelsea fan, my mum, she was from Liverpool. So basically, I have a whole sort of thing with the Scouse side. So obviously, I'm rooting for Bellew in this fight, and I hope he knocks, excuse my French, 7 shades of shit out of David. But understandably, after doing a little bit of homework as well, because we all know, you know, boxing's not really my forte, not to watch a little bit of it. You know, David Haye is a very, very good technical fighter.
Very good.
And there's no doubt about it. And like guys already said, Bellew's been fighting at cruiserweight, which he's going all the way up to heavyweight now. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a difficult fight to call. I'm hoping that he's got the nous to just completely destroy David Haye and stop him talking shit as he usually does.
I think it's going to be interesting. I don't think it's going to be a quick stoppage. Heavy D. Now, yes. Haye is a massive favourite, mate. But what do you think Bellew can do to overcome this prediction from the public?
Do you know what I had an interview about 6 months ago with Kugan Cassius and I on TV, and I predicted that Haye was going to clean up the heavyweight division. I think that Haye really, he's got all the tools. I mean, I predicted that he'd fight Bellew, and I predicted that before it even was announced, and I predicted that he'd fight him and he'd fight Joshua, and 2017 he'd clean up all the belts and fight Deontay World at the end of the year. My prediction is still on. I think that he will dispose of Bellew in 3rd round.
The 3rd round? Wow.
3rd round, yeah. He's just too powerful. He's too powerful for Bellew. Bellew's going up 2 weights. Bellew's not in the same league. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like when you get to the heavyweight division, it's different gravy. It's just different. It's just a different ball game. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's prestige. You know? And then when you're up there, David, I mean, I know David personally. When you go up to that level it's like you know what? It's like it's a total different thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's like he's done it before. He's seen it before. He's done it before. He's an athlete. He kept himself in good shape. The only two, you know what? The big fight I see out there really, Bellew's not even in the mix. You know, he talks himself into a fight, shouting out, screaming, calling him sideshow Bob and this, that, blah blah blah, and all this. But at the end of the day, you know, when you're in there,
it's a different thing.
When that bell rings. It's a different team, bro.
It's me and you, guys. It's me and you. It's me and you, like.
You know what? His mouth ain't gonna help him in there. You know what I mean? Because you can't talk in the fight. You got to use your fist, and that's it. And David looks like he just looks focused, man. He looks like he wants to rip and take his head off. So I really feel sorry for Bellew. It's all that running up and this thing other.
I'm telling you, man, I saw David Haye the other day on TV, and I'm like, raw. He's definitely drinking his CMP Peptide.
I've never seen him like that. I've never seen a man so focused, and he's simmering, he's boiling over, but he's keeping himself controlled. You know he wants to do damage. I've never ever seen him say he wants to put someone in a stretcher and put him to hospital. I know it's a little bit can become across as distasteful.
Very controversial.
It's a bit controversial, but you know what, man? Like, you know what I mean? Like Bellew has been running up his mouth. He's been running up his mouth a lot, and like, you know what? And obviously, like, you know, it's all going to go down on Saturday. So we're going to see what's up on Saturday.
Yeah, it's a sell a fight though, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to sell a fight, man.
You got to sell a fight. You can't say, oh yeah, he's a good guy, and you know, and look to fight him.
You can't say that. You got to say that. You got to hype it up, man.
Lit exhibition. Now,
lit.
Maxwell D, are you going to be watching? And if so, what is your prediction, please?
Well, me and David are cool friends, so I'm rooting for David all day long. And if I'm a boxing, I do like boxing more than I like football. So I will tell you this: David is a very serious fighter, and I just think that, like, if you really study David Haye properly, you'll understand that he's a very serious guy. He's a very serious guy. So, like,
boxing ain't a game, man. Boxing ain't a game, is it? You can't play boxing.
Nah,
game, is it?
No. David's gonna win. Let's just be real, man. The guy's built for this shit. Like, he's going through the wars and tears. And the other guy, don't get me wrong, he's alright. You know, he's doing his thing, but we're talking about experience here. We're talking about who's got the hunger, who's got the drive, who's got the determination, who's got the eye of the tiger. And we all know that David's got a point to prove right now. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he can bang. That's for sure. Them haymakers,
he can bang.
He wants Anthony Joshua's blood, let's be real.
He wants Anthony Joshua. He just wants Anthony Joshua. That's the big one. That's what he's
we all know that that's like, you know, I think he would take Anthony Joshua. That's my
You reckon?
Oh, that's what I said.
Wow.
That's what I said. I think the same thing.
And that's, I know.
Because Anthony Joshua hasn't fought anyone. He hasn't fought anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know that Anthony hasn't had a real tough match yet. But I also believe that it's all about experience as well. Anthony's a fresh new boy. Anthony can box, don't get me wrong.
He can bang.
Give it some. But David's
he hasn't fought anyone world class.
Yeah, he's in a different class of boxing. He's been in there, you know what I mean, against heavy fighters, you know what I mean? So he knows how to do this thing. So, you know, my money's with David. I'm money's with David all day long. And I'm all day long. Well, so my money's with David, definitely.
Wow, so we got 3 Haye and 1 Bellew. 3-1.
Bellew's alright though. Bellew is actually alright, but it's just a case of he's up against David Haye, let's be honest. And if he beats David Haye, then my hat will go off to him and respect him as the new, you know, but I doubt it. Like, I'm talking
can't see it happen now.
So what you saying, Max? You saying that if David Haye wins, you're going to put some respect on his name?
If David Haye wins, I'll give you no, if David Haye wins, then it's just David Haye wins, isn't it? It's just like any other normal day walking a dog to the park. David Haye wins.
It should be a normal day.
But if Bellew wins, then I'm going to take my hat and put some respect on his name. Like, raw, I didn't see you coming, Bellew. I didn't see you coming. I was a doubter. You know what I mean? I wasn't a believer in your corner. You know what I mean? I can take that.
It's going to be live, bro. It's going to be live. It's going to be live. It's going to be sick. You know. So, across the pond, we've got another blockbusting fight. Lit weekend for boxing. Danny Swift Garcia versus Keith one-time Thurman. Unification clash with Angel Garcia at ringside. Jeez. Raise the roof. Pascal.
Oui, monsieur.
Finally here. All the trash talking is over.
Oui.
Predictions, please, my French brethren.
Okay, Monsieur Frankie, c'est très simple. It's very simple. I'm going, as I said to you before, I like Thurman, you know, but you know, it's going to be, it's great for me. It's going to be Garcia. That is with Garcia is still very much in terms of pedigree, in terms of the fighters that Garcia has fought before. To me, he's got a better resume, and to me, he's got the better experience. And keep one-time Thurman, you know, is a good fighter, but I do not believe that he will beat Garcia on Saturday night or Sunday morning. You know, I think he's going to be very much that is with Garcia, who will be taking the two belts with him, because you know. Garcia, I think a lot of people underestimate him. You know, he's not the best fighter. He hasn't got the best movement, but he has very, very powerful
heavy hands.
You know, his hands are very, very powerful, very heavy. And you know, who have we seen Thurman fight before? Who has Thurman? You know,
just Sean Porter. That was a points victory.
But
really?
Sean Porter was a point victory, exactly. You know, he didn't even put Sean Porter on the floor. You know, Adrian Bronner put Sean Porter on the floor. And Thurman talks about his one-time power, but for me, this one-time power is just against very notable lesser opponent. I'll give you another example. Thurman fought Leonard Bondu, and Errol Spence dismantled Leonard Bondu. So, where's the power, where's the levels, absolument. So for me, Garcia wins the fight, you know, but it's going to be a very entertaining fight, you know, for many reasons, you know, because Angel Garcia, you know, used the N-word against Thurman, so Thurman is, you know, the half part of Thurman that is black is very, very annoyed, you know, so it's going to be a very good fight. He's going to take it out on Garcia, but I think Garcia, the Boricuas and, you know, the Spanish people will be very celebrating on comes Sunday morning, and I think it's going to be Garcia.
Yeah, it's going to be a case of the Terror Squad, the Boricua, baby. Now, Heavy D.
Yo.
I know you're locking in for this fight. For me, this is the fight I'm really interested in. Who's going to be the winner? Thurman or Danny Garcia?
I'm going with Thurman. I see an upset here. Seriously.
I'm backing Thurman too.
But Thurman is, you know what, he's coming up, man. He's coming up. Do you know what I mean? And like, you know what, he's been very impressive on his way up. You know what, I just see Thurman I think Thurman's going to win on points. You know what I mean? The DD is going to win on points, and I think he's going to take him to the trenches. He's going to take him to a place he's never been before, and I just think that. Garcia's a classy fighter. The way he disposed of Khan and stuff in the past and stuff like that.
That was a serious knockout.
You think it's gonna be a knockout?
No. The way he disposed of Amir Khan, that was.
Oh, that was naughty.
You're gonna do that in your fight, man. You're gonna do that in your fight for real.
Man, mate, Lewis is gonna listen, mate. Lewis is gonna be tweet. It's gonna be like theories around his head, man.
You're gonna tuck him in nicely, yeah?
Wherever I catch him, he's out. Wherever I catch him in the ribs, I catch him in the kidneys, I catch him on top of his head, I catch him on his nose bridge, I catch him on his chin, he's out. One punch, it's over.
I hear that. That's gonna be like you can. We're gonna move on, guys. Now, over the weekend, there's been breaking reports of another big fight. Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah, that's my word. Manny's gonna slap him. Come on.
Go on, Maxwell. Tell him.
Sorry, I jump in.
No, do your thing, brother.
Manny's gonna slap him. I love Amir Khan. Do you know what? I am rooting for Amir Khan. I've always wanted him to win everything, but the guy lets me down all the time, man. He always does some shit. He's like, come on, represent us. I want you to represent us. I want to give you the flag and wave it. But you do shit all the time. You talk shit, you get banged. You run up him out, you get banged. You make a comeback, you get banged. You get knocked out, you still talk shit, you get, I can't help him no more. But Manny. But I do love America, you get me? But Manny will slap him physically. Come on, let's be real. Like, he goes round with like Mayweather. Come on, let's be honest.
Now, Pascal. Pascal, now, look, I'm going to be honest. I was happy with the announcement. I was a little bit gassed. However, it clocked in my brain. I'm like, well, hold on a minute. He's swerved Kell Brook again.
Frankie B, he's just got very good management. Very good management. What American is doing is, whether he wins or loses against Manny Pacquiao, it doesn't matter, because he's collected big money
trying
and
to
a big
cash out.
check. And of course, he can still fight Kell Brook afterwards. He'll still be a very big fight, even in England, because it's been reported in the press in England that the two don't like each other. Kell Brook calling him Queen Kardashian and all these kind of silly names. And American also doesn't respect Brook. And I think that fight will be a very big fight. And I expect this fight to happen sometimes next year, or even maybe at the end of the year, because I think that the career of American is coming towards an end, because he's taking too much punishment. He's been, as Maxwell has already said, he get knocked out every single time. He's been against Canelo, that was a very bad knockout, and for him to fight Pacquiao, it's a very bad move for him. We expect him to have a tune-up fight so that we can believe in him again, but American knows that his time is short and he wants to make as much money as possible.
He wants to cash out.
He's right. For the money. I have to admit, he's doing it for the money. Let's go. We can't fault him for giving it for the money, but professional opinion, can't leave it alone.
Louis.
But Pascal's right. Sorry.
So Lou, so what you saying?
It's like Maxwell said. Every time you just want to back the car, and he just gets slapped silly.
Like Arsenal, basically. Like Arsenal.
Yeah, pretty much. Except he's from Bolton. But it's like again, just a supreme fighter. And he's so fast. He's ridiculously fast.
He's skilled. They're both quick.
Like, he is doing it for the money. He is, and if he's not, he's got to find a way to deal with those punches, because he'll be gone quickly. I'm sat now. I'm going to go three rounds, 4 tops, I reckon. Get slapped.
Wow. That sounds overwhelming. Now, Heavy D.
Yeah.
Now, is there a little bit of disappointment that it's not Brook versus Khan?
Do you know what it is? You know what? He's just going for the money. He knows he can't beat Matt Pacquiao. He knows it. He was calling out Mayweather a long time ago, don't forget. These are impossible fighters that he's never going to get a chance to get. You know what I mean? But obviously he just wants a money fight. But he's not really, I don't think he's not a world champion. He's not, but he's calling out all these big names, against Brook. He wants more money than Brook, and he's not even the world champion. He thinks he's better. He's got illusions of grandeur. He thinks he's better than what he is. He always gets sparked out. He's got a glass chin. He ain't really done enough. He's held two titles at one time. But you know what, man? His days are over, man. He should just be humble, go on fight, give the public what they want, fight Brook, and then go for Pacquiao. Why is he going for Pacquiao? He's never going to beat Pacquiao. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, man. Do you know what, isn't it? But I like it because he's an exciting fight. He never has a boring fight.
Yeah, of course.
He never has a boring fight. Do you know what I mean? He comes forward. He comes to fight. But I don't know, man. He always gets sparked out.
He reminds me of Arsenal. Real talk. He reminds me of Arsenal, man.
He's Arsenal.
Flirt with success and then get knocked out.
Yeah, because just when you think he's got the talent, it's frustrating. He's got the talent to win, but he always lets you down at the last minute. Be like Arsenal, you're right. Arsenal of the boxing world, you're right. We're fat.
Oh dear. Now it's football time. So there was a massive game over the weekend. It was Man United versus Southampton. And United triumphed 3-2 to pick up the EFL Cup. Jeez. Now, Pascal.
Wait.
Your friend Mourinho, he's done it again. Love him or hate him, he knows how to win. DJ Khaled style. All I do is win.
the question you need to ask my friend Louis Benevetti, because it's his departing manager. But look, in terms of the Mourinho template to success is very simple. I want to win a trophy at all cost, because what Mourinho is essentially doing, he's building the psychology of winning, the mentality of winning, like with Manchester United. A lot of these players have only just won the FA Cup together, but by getting them to get used to winning trophies, he's building a platform, of course. Exactement, Frankie. It's exactly that. So Mourinho knows exactly what he needs to do. He realizes that of course the league is not a possibility this season, but they're still very much in the European Cup, they're still very much in the FA Cup, and of course I think that Mourinho is going for a treble. I think deep down in his heart he's going for a treble, and the treble is to win the FA Cup. Preferably for Mourinho, the best way to win the FA Cup would be to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge.
Louis, hear what he's saying now.
But I think that's what Mourinho wants to do, and then Mourinho wants to play Arsenal at Wembley and beat Arsene Wenger. That would be the best FA Cup for Mourinho. And of course, a couple of weeks after that, it will be for them to play the European UEFA Cup and to bring Manchester United back to the Champions League. So even without winning the league, if Mourinho can bring a treble at the theatre of dreams, it's going to be a very good season for him, and he can get Griezmann, he can get all these other players that he's looking for, and the club will back him, the fans will back him, because he will have done a treble. Yes, of course, it's not the treble that people dream of, but it's still very much a good achievement. So congratulations for Mourinho, and we'll see whether the team can build from that success and establish themselves as contenders, for the rest of the cup competitions.
Yeah, I hear Mourinho was playing Game in 50, hate it or love it, the dogs on top, in the coach leaving Wembley. Now, Louis, is this the sign of bigger things to come for Man United and Mourinho?
Who knows? Mourinho wasn't smiling when he picked up that trophy. That's all I'm saying.
Ambition.
Yeah. I think he's just playing the psychological games again. That's I'm not going to slate him for it, because I've sat in the stands and people have been talking about him saying, God, he's playing his mind games again, and then they're going, well, we didn't care when he was doing it for us, so why should we give him any notice when he's doing it against us? But Mourinho, without doubt, like you said, he's building a psychology with that team. They were fair play. They went there. Southampton didn't kill the game off. If you're looking at it from a romantic perspective, you could say that Southampton should have won it and all that sort of stuff. But let's be real here. Let's be come to this on a level. They didn't kill the game off. Man United came in late on, got the winner because Southampton fell asleep, and that's their fault. But Mourinho, you can see in that with late winner, with players like Zlatan Ibrahimovic in your side, you're always going to have that winning mentality. You're going to have that mental stroke to keep going until the very end. And that's what he was seizing up, wasn't he, at the end, because he had the cramp.
Yeah.
So it was, he's obviously bringing in those players to sort of say, look, we're here to set a precedent, and we're here to do this, and we're here to win trophies. However, he needs to get that dealt with on Paul Pogba, because Paul Pogba dabbing with the cup and having the only thing in the game he does, shushing a Southampton player in the last... You're going to spend 90 million quid on Paul Pogba, at least put someone on the pitch, mate, because at the minute, you're not even worth a penny and I wouldn't go near you. So I just feel sorry for that. I feel sorry for that Man United midfield having to deal with someone dabbing constantly. But yeah, Mourinho's building mentality, and I'm looking forward to seeing him back at the bridge.
While Mourinho's laughing, he's singing, all I do is win, 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 no matter what.
He's not the league, is he? So, right?
Yeah, but they're building for bigger things.
Biggest thing like for Mourinho now is obviously, like you're saying, he can go and do a domestic cup double plus the Europa League. I'm looking at it now. His target must be the Europa League, because he won't hack another season in the Europa League. He'll want to be in the Champions League. And with the teams that are left in that Europa League tournament, I can see better teams than Man United. I really can. And I just think, he might, if he doesn't go all the way, it's going to be problems at Man United again. He'll be back to square one next season. So I can't see them breaking that top four at the minute. Even though they've been playing well recently, it's just a case of you had that problem at the beginning of the season with their consistency, which I think is going to cause them problems. However, there is Liverpool, which are slipping out, and it's all proving the little run. I mean, 88th minute now, Leicester being Liverpool 3-1. So, you know, it says a lot. You know, that Chelsea, Tottenham, City and Arsenal, I don't know, part of me feels like that's a settled top 4, but we'll have to see what happens.
Now, Heavy D.
Yo.
Zlatan does it again. It just goes to show age ain't nothing but a number. Quote Aaliyah. Baller status. I mean, describe the impact of Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Look, listen, let's have it right, okay?
Listen.
listen. The EFL Cup is a Mickey Mouse Cup, right? It's not got no prestige, man. You know what? I mean, look at him, you know, and all them getting all excited and that, and this thing over the. Do you know what, right? Yeah, I mean,
you make tea in that cup, man. You make tea in that cup.
You make tea in that cup. What is that? It's a little egg cup, isn't it? Like little small little egg cup. What's he gonna do with that, man? And then like, he wants to mix it up.
It's a cup that guarantees European football.
Yeah,
but I don't know what you about being a Mickey Mouse because it guarantees European football.
Yeah, but it's European, but it's Europa League. Yeah,
but it's still European football. If you look at the
financial,
financial,
it's Man United, it's Mourinho. I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. That's what you're saying. But if you're Everton or if you're Southampton, woo, what we do? I mean, the Europa League. We're talking about Man United here. Why are they going to play? Who cares if they're in the Europa League? They should be setting their sights a bit higher than Europa League now. They've got Mourinho.
Obviously they should.
Messiah.
Listen, they've got a trophy to their name this season, okay?
It don't matter. You know what, honestly, right, yeah, people feel weak teams for that. They don't take that seriously. You can't really call that a trophy.
So you could say the FA Cup, considering you played National League teams and you fielded weaker teams at earlier stages. Just saying that, you know.
The FA Cup. Come on. You know the EFL Cup.
You're just contradicting your own argument here.
Go on. How am I contradicting?
You're saying that it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, they play weaker teams. Arsenal have played weaker teams in the FA Cup. So have Chelsea. So have every single time.
No. What I'm saying against we got beaten by Southampton in the EFL Cup. We feel our youth team.
Yeah.
You know what? At the end of the day, we feel our youth team because we don't value the cup. We don't value the cup. We don't value it that much. If you're when you're desperate like Mourinho and Man United, you're going to feel the strong team because you want to win that cup because you're desperate. Because he's desperate. He's not in the mix for the title race. He just wants to win the title.
It's a winning mentality which takes you to win trophies. It doesn't matter what if you play a field.
That don't count.
Strong team.
That don't count.
How? It comes from psychology and mentality. Trust me, it does. It does. You can field weaker teams or stronger teams or whatever team you like. Arsenal have fielded weaker teams in that cup.
It all depends what your priorities are. If your priorities are the league,
that's the point, though. Mm-hmm. You both got valid points.
In the FA Cup, you played weaker teams as well, and you played. Oh my gosh! I'm finished. Jesus. Okay. In the FA Cup, you played weaker as you have. You played, and you've also played teams like Sutton and Lincoln. FA Cup, you'll be absolutely buzzing, and rightly so. What you're saying now is if they're playing weaker teams in the Cup, they shouldn't be buzzing. That's basically what you're saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the FA Cup and the EFL Cup is two different things. FA Cup's got
so to me, the league has a certain level of prestige as well. What's the outcome from both?
Come on, man. How can you say the outcome?
This is real talk on Pep Talk, that's for sure.
Everything. Ask me this. What's the outcome from both? What's the outcome from both? What do you FA Cup?
Because you have a day out at Wembley. Whoopie-doo, woo!
So you do the
Wembley. That's all it is. That's Wembley. That's all it is.
You're not answering my question. You get a day out at Wembley as well. You get that. Guess what else you get? Europa football.
Europa. It's the same price.
That's
the point.
Europa League. I'm serious.
You win the FA Cup. If you win the FA Cup as you do the League Cup. So what you're saying, your argument is completely invalid. I'm sorry.
No. You're trying to compare the League Cup to the FA Cup.
Jesus Christ.
That's like comparing the Bentley to a Skoda. How are you going to compare the League Cup to the FA Cup? Come on, man. You don't know about football.
I do know about football. That's why I'm talking about it. However,
how can you put it in the same bracket? I don't get it.
Right, okay. Let me explain it to you, okay?
Go.
With the FA Cup and the You both get a day out at Wembley. Fantastic. You both come down. Whoever gets the final are the two best teams. It's both silverware.
Two best teams of what?
Do you want me to explain it to you? You're going to keep talking over.
Go.
Also, get Europa League in both. Yeah. Now, I understand why people say the FA is more prestigious. I agree with you. However, it's FA Cup and the League Cup.
You agree with me? Finally!
Right. However,
the end result is the same, isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly. At the end, both teams, all top teams, have treated the FA Cup and the League Cup over the past 10 years with the same amount of respect. They both feel weaker teams in the tournament. They both, if they do progress, they genuinely proceed to build into stronger teams. At the end of the tournament, they're playing their strongest team. That's what they do throughout every tournament. Happens every year. Look at every top team, and it happens exactly the same. It's exactly the same. It's just now they're currently treated on the same level. As a football fan, yes, for us, the FA Cup is a lot more it's a more prestigious trophy. But football teams and the football business, that's not how it's looked at anymore.
No, FA Cup is the oldest cup. It's the oldest cup. It's the first cup ever. It's the oldest cup. It's the oldest cup. It's got to be. Every foreign player who comes to this country, they dream about the FA Cup. It's an amazing achievement to get the FA Cup. It might be debated because sometimes they play weaker teams, but it's still the FA Cup. You know what I mean? It's an institution, man.
All right, Louis, just staying with you. We can talk about that all day, but Chelsea, we're going to talk about the Premiership and we're going to talk about your team, Chelsea. Antonio. Now, you guys, you're smashing teams. 3-1 victory on Saturday. You were there. Was it easy? Was it light work?
It wasn't actually. It was quite a tough game for us. Swansea, to be fair to them, set up so well. And even though people are saying we dominated the game, when Diego Costa got the ball in the final third, instead of getting it to do what strikers like to do and shoot, he wanted to take that extra touch. However, for some reason, at the very end of the game, he didn't need to take that extra touch to score his goal, which is obviously all that matters, got to get on the paper. But the Swansea goal, we fell asleep, which does worry me when we're coming up to play against Man United and City and all of that, considering set pieces have been probably our weakest points over the past few weeks. I think that they Swansea and Burnley and other teams over the past few weeks, I've noticed they've figured out a way to kind of stop us playing, and it's something which it does worry me going into the tail end of this season and going into next season. There's nothing wrong with grinding out results, nothing wrong with that at all. But if I've obviously, like I always say, I've got this feeling in the back of my head of
it's not over, yeah.
And then I've got the whole sort of last season as well, where after January, Mourinho, instead of trying to play as much expansive football in his season in charge, was very close and ground out results. We're doing the same now. Obviously, it's under a different manager, different style, different type of personality. But I still worry that with this team, there's something about it where the way they were getting shut down, they just didn't seem to want it. Diego Costa and Hazard at Burnley, for example, Hazard's best form is at home. There's no doubt about that. But I was looking at that team in Burnley when it was snowing. I'd gone up there, it was freezing cold, and you just see these guys that are running around and just don't seem to want. They don't want it. They don't seem bothered. And I just got a funny feeling that they're starting to take their foot off the pedal. You would if you were 11 points clear.
Yeah, of course. You'd be chilling with a sort of big cigar on your slippers, mate. You'd be chilling.
Exactly, but can't do that in the Premier League. We have two huge games coming up. We've got, like I said, we got City and we got United. We could lose both of those very comfortably. We could lose to United at Old Trafford. We could lose to City. I don't want us to lose to City because I've got a City fan who constantly goes on about me what I said about Guardiola, where I don't rate him. So I don't want him to have that be able to have a little dig at me. But we could easily lose both those games if both teams are on fire. Obviously, we saw what Man United were capable of this weekend, but it's a case of we just need to keep that mentality strong. We need to keep going. We almost need a kicker. We almost do need a loss or a draw, and in that way we can sort of go, right, we've got to put our foot back down on the pedal. But we have got players like David Luiz, who's got experience, Cahill, And then you've obviously got Terry, who's on the bench as well. You know, these are players that, you know, they know what they're doing, and that will not let people take their foot off the pedal. But it was a ground out result this weekend. But it wasn't as easy as people seem to be making it out to be.
Well, it looks like Spurs are going to be the major challengers to Chelsea. They smacked up Stoke 4-0 at White Hart Lane. Now, we're not going to talk about that game. We're going to preview the big game this weekend. It's Liverpool versus Arsenal. Now, Pascal.
Wait.
There's a lot of talk. There is a lot of talk in the streets that this match is for 4th place. What do you reckon?
Well, I mean, Frankie B, last season, Arsenal finished 2nd, so we were very unlucky. But, I think that, the normal business has resumed for this season. And, of course, most importantly, Frankie, I believe that Arsenal should try and seek some restitution, because the first game of the season was a very bad game. Liverpool fans are still taunting me about this, and it's becoming very annoying. And I think that Arsenal should try and at the very least, leave Anfield with very, very good results, because the first game was a very bad game for us. And it would be a very big shame if Liverpool were able to do the double of Arsenal, especially after the form that they've been having. Liverpool have lost their rhythm. They're not as lethal as they were, and I think it's probably the best time to play them, because with Leicester beating them this evening, it's also a very good opportunity for Arsenal to capitalize. But as you know, Frankie B, very well, that Arsenal don't do what is normal. They do what is abnormal. And I'm concerned that the game against Liverpool will be a defeat for Arsenal, because Liverpool will use that game to galvanize themselves and to try and win the game, to make themselves feel better.
They play well against big teams, for sure.
Of course, and as we said before, when you expect Amir Khan to beat somebody like Bredis Prescott beats him. And certainly, like Arsenal this weekend, I expect Arsenal to beat Liverpool because of the bad performances they've had. But unfortunately, I think it's going to be a very difficult game for us, very difficult game. And I could see Liverpool edging it, at least 2 goals to 1. It's possible.
2 goals to 1. Now to another Arsenal fan, Heavy D.
Yes.
Predictions: Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield. What do you see the result going to be?
I think Liverpool are there for the taking. That's what I think. I think Arsenal. We're always going to get in the top 4. I can't see Liverpool, changing that. Yeah, I think we'll pull it out of the bag. I think it's going to be a 3-1. I'm going for a 3-1 Arsenal. That's what I'm going for, because I think Liverpool just Liverpool they're very inconsistent and stuff, and as I said, they ain't been playing well at all. I think we'll do the business at Anfield. That's I'm going with that.
Wow, okay, brilliant. Louis, from a neutral perspective, I know you don't really care who wins this game, but what do you see? Both teams in poor form. What do you see as the outcome?
Well, like you said, both teams are in poor form, but Arsenal will have come off the back of a very, very prolonged break. But we've just that means nothing. So we're just in Liverpool been bonding over sangria for 15 days, and they've gone and lost 3-1 to Leicester. So basically, I don't know. It's always seem to do something where you just do well, and it just annoys me. You just need to drop out of that top 4, and then Wenger will go, and I won't have to, deal with the whole sort of.
Why would you want Wenger to go? I think Wenger staying more. You'd want that, yeah? I don't get it. If you want to see the demise of Arsenal, you'd want Wenger to stay, yeah?
I'm a football fan as well as a Chelsea fan, mate. So it's a case of, just Arsenal.
He wants competition, yeah.
I want competition. I don't want to have a boring league. Look at Juventus. Look at the Italian league. Look at the French league. Look at Germany. Look at Scotland. I mean, come on. Do we want to turn into one of those leagues? But I mean, I like competition. I like.
You're saying, well, Wenger staying, you're going to have the monopoly of the league.
No, well, I'm saying it as an example. Obviously, there's 5 other teams in this league as well that can cause us problems. You look at it realistically. At the beginning of every season, there's
what I'm saying, what you said by Wenger staying, that makes that you've got the monopoly of the league by Wenger staying.
No, that's not.
You were saying you're going to be like Juventus, you're going to be like this, we're going to have it.
No, I'm saying, look at examples of unhealthy competition and what it's led to. I'm not saying
you're not going to have no competition. Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, all right, okay.
Exactly. But yeah, I think it's a case of Arsenal seem to always pull something out of the bag, but there's a case of Liverpool when they're a wounded animal. They always like to come out fighting.
But Luke,
go easily.
Luke, can I ask you a question as a big Chelsea fan?
Yes.
What would it be in your interest for Wenger to go or to stay?
As a Chelsea fan, it would be in my interest to stay. But as a football fan, unhealthy competition.
Fair enough.
I mean, the Wenger debate, we talk about it every week. I hate to say it, Wenger's time may have come for him to move to Barcelona.
And win the Champions League in his first year.
No, he'll do well at Barcelona. Real talk, he'll do well at Barcelona.
Yeah. Real Madrid, they'll probably win the Champions League in his first year, and then they'll be like, and everyone's like, oh, why did we let him go?
They'll say you wanted him out, blah blah blah.
That's how football goes.
What will happen though is he'll either move up in the boardroom or he'll go back to France.
But anyway, guys, that's our time. I'd like to thank our guests, Louis, Heavy D, Maxwell D, and Pascal. Join us again for another Pep Talk UK podcast. Thank you.
Boom! Boom!
Pep Talk